And the next heat of MasterChef Goes Large is on tomorrow night, 6:30 BBC Two.
Now, they fought off zombies in the world's first rom-zom-com, Shaun of the Dead, and now they are fighting crime in their new police action movie. It's the very funny Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Welcome to the show, guys.
We're still...
Untweetable.
Untweetable.
Oh, do you like that?
We're still reeling from that.
That's good, isn't it?
It broke up the green room.
So what's your normal Sunday, guys? What do you normally get up to?
We're not up by now.
Yeah.
No, we are. We're up for this show. We're usually this sort of time, and then papers, pub.
We don't live together, don't we?
Yeah, it sounds like you...
It said we, like we're married.
Didn't I read that you used to live in and share a bed once upon a time?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, when we were very poor.
For about a year.
Yeah. It
What was
started
that
off.
like then?
It was difficult at first because we were sort of a bit about it, and we slept top to tail. So we slept side by side. Pretty soon we were spooning.
Often before bed we'd lay reading a big book about Christmas.
Yeah, they could hold one side, I'd hold the other, and we'd turn the
Flip the pages.
I think guys should. It helps you get over that kind of, you know, the sort of disability of being able to be affectionate with your male friends. Sleep with a man for a year.
Sometimes in the morning, I didn't know where Simon ended and where I began.
Why not? Now, I've seen the film, and as you can tell, I love it. I've been talking about it all morning. What a cracking cast it's got in there. Timothy Dalton, Jim Broadbent, Bill Nighy, Steve Coogan, Martin Freeman. They're all in it. Anyone you asked who said no to coming on this?
No, I mean, we obviously want to work with the best people and get the best actors in it. So we sent the script out to the people we wanted, and unfortunately they said yes. And people like Jim Broadbent came up to us a couple of years ago and said, you know, could I be in your next film? Which was like the silliest question I've ever been asked by anybody. Oscar winner Jim Broadbent, and we kind of went, yeah, of course. And so we wrote him a part, Nick a part, Paddy Considine wrote a part. Everyone else, it was kind of, you know, we just hoped for the best, and we got them. So. We're slightly chuffed and embarrassed by it, aren't we?
Yes.
Obviously, you like player manager, you write it and then you go and act in it as well. When you're writing it, it does look a laugh making that film, doesn't it? Did you think, right, I want a role where I get big guns and action, jumping fences, running around?
A little bit. There was a little bit of that. I think, really, when you're a writer, you're a writer and you kind of don't think... There are certain parts of it that, when I read it, I thought, oh, God, I've got to do that, you know, as an actor I've got to do that. But there's a little bit of wish fulfillment. But that's not the reason why we do it. We just wanted to make a good movie. You just, you know, you get on set some mornings and you think, great, I have to spend the whole day firing 2 pistols at once.
What a day's work.
Yeah.
What a day's work that is.
And it's filmed in a place called Wells in the West Country, a tiny little place. What did they make of this? You know, these guys turning out, running
like
around, big guns.
A circus, I guess. There were so many vehicles and like 150 people, and we took over a massive car park and stuff, and for a week they came and for a week they came and watched us and stuff, and you know,
we arranged that for you.
Yeah.
And everything.
it's pretty good. But you know, after a while they just took us in, and they were really, really nice about it.
In London, when you film, people get quite shirty sometimes. If you're filming in their street, they'll shout at you and say they've paid their council tax, and they'll walk through the shot if they want to.
Even if there are live tigers on set, they'll walk.
It's my street!
I'm going through it.
But in Wales, they were lovely. They were so sort of, you know, it felt like a big old party.
We'd get invited places at weekends, and you know, we'd got to know people when they're kids, and you know,
we played against the local Skittles team.
How'd you get on?
Life of a film star,
we did lose. It was very close.
And is it true you hung out with the police before you did the film?
We did a lot of research with the police, yeah, because we wanted to get a lot of the procedural details right and make it kind of credible at first, even though it becomes like an all-out, you know, Hollywood action film.
Yeah.
We wanted the beginnings of it to be really sort of authentic, you know. So we hung out with the Met a little bit, and we hung out with police in Somerset, Wiltshire.
And was that an eye-opener?
It was fantastic fun. I mean, it wasn't extremely eye-opening. I mean, the whole reason we kind of did the film in a way is because we kind of thought that the British police were getting a bad deal in terms of being cool, you know, because all the films were about gangsters with shooters and trilbies and that.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, let's get the Bobby on the screen and give him, make him a bit of a bad egg.
Well, I went out with the police for another TV show, and the abuse they get on the streets is phenomenal. You
Couldn't
know,
pay me enough.
And they're stopping criminals. It was a car thing, and other people were shouting scum at them and stuff like that. I was like, why are they shouting? It was unbelievable. So
yeah, it's weird the difference between the city service and the sort of the country force, because what they have to deal with is very different. In the city, you've got 9 officers for every square mile. In the country, it's 9 for every 250 square miles. So there's a different dynamic in both places, you know.
criminals, murderers, escaped swans.
Yes. The crime in the
Cats up a
country,
tree.
it is different in the country. There's
A
some,
low-speed tractor chase. Was
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
You had to do a huge amount of sort of physical training as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Personal trainer, I read not eating sweets after 8 o'clock at night.
Not eating anything after 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, right, so it was just all about getting in.
Yeah, the
really fit.
nutritionist, I went to a nutritionist and she said that after 8 o'clock your body hands over the main control to your kidneys dealing with, you know, and your digestive system kind of,
Slows down.
takes a back seat. So anything you eat after 8 isn't dealt with properly.
That's that little bell I hear in my tummy.
Yeah, I mean, kidney
It's
time!
handing over,
Kidney
officially handing
time.
over.
So yeah, and I did a lot of, I mean, I was porky at the beginning of last year and I needed to get into action hero shape, so I did a lot of running and lifting and that.
And you're going to carry it on?
Yeah, I love being buff, don't I?
Yes, he does.
It's your way too into it, you know?
Shaun of the Dead went down really well in America, didn't it?
Yeah, it
Did it become quite a big film out there? Or-
Yeah, it's kind of strange in a way because it is so British, you know, and it seemed to strike a chord, and it's had a great response over there. Yeah.
What do you think makes a cult film? Because everything that you guys touch right now seems to become this cult status. And I think I've seen your name attached to something where you're talking about what a cult film is. So what do you think makes it?
I think you just got to be as truthful and as specific as possible. When people try and do things and they try and appeal to everybody, then it ends up appealing to nobody. If you talk about something very specifically, you'll find that there are millions of people that feel the same way about it. And because you are that specific, they feel spoken to personally, so it becomes a kind of shared thing. And it's, I mean, I don't know, we're geeks. I mean, we're self-confessed geeks. We love film and horror and, you know, and I that kind of thing appeals to me, so hopefully it appeals to...
Do you know, we've been really amateurish here, Simon, Nick, because we haven't shown a clip of your film, have we?
Oh, my goodness.
Just got too caught up in it.
It's more entertaining than us babbling on, so
yes.
let's have a quick look at a clip here.
Right. What did he say?
Said edge is edge, eh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he on about?
What did he say?
He said an edge is an edge. He only chopped it down because it spoiled his view. What's Reaper mooning about?
Right. Look, I appreciate your position, Mr. Webley, but you can't go around chopping down other people's hedges without permission.
I suppose.
Yes, I suppose. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Webley, I trust you have a license for that firearm.
I don't for this one. Does for this one.
He does for this one.
What do you mean by this one?
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film. What I loved about it was all the sound effects. They must have spent forever putting sound on that film.
It was a long and arduous dub. Edgar Wright, who is the director and co-writer of the film, spent days and days and days in a dark room getting the sound right, because it's
When he
very
finishes
loud.
editing, he
Brilliant,
looks like Gollum. He hasn't seen any light, so he's very pale and he has big eyes.
All right. Simon and Nick will be taking your emails along with Emma Bunt and Little H. If you want to ask them anything, send us an email via the BBC website, bbc.co.uk/food.
Now, here was what else is coming up on the rest of the show.